The summer of 2024 began with promise. As the days grew longer and the garden burst into life, the air was filled with the scent of fresh growth, and every morning I would step outside to admire the vibrant greens and the first blossoms of the season. It felt like the start of something abundant, a season that would reward every seed sown and every hour spent tending the soil. But as the weeks passed, the sun became relentless, beating down day after day without mercy. The sky, once so generous with its clouds, turned a hard, unyielding blue. The earth began to crack, the soil turning to dust beneath my feet, and the promise of summer started to fade. My garden, once vibrant and full of life, now showed unmistakable signs of thirst. Tomato plants that had stood tall and proud began to droop, their leaves curling inwards as if trying to shield themselves from the scorching heat. Each day, I watched as their stems weakened and the fruit struggled to ripen. The lawn, too, suffered under the unyielding sun. What was once a soft green carpet became brittle and straw-like, the grass yellowing and crunching underfoot. The cheerful hum of bees and the flutter of butterflies grew rare, as even the insects seemed to sense the garden's distress. News of a historic drought and strict water restrictions filled the airwaves and newspapers, adding to my growing anxiety. Every headline seemed to echo the same message: conserve, ration, prepare for the worst. I worried not just for my garden, but for the community, for the farmers, and for the land itself. Despite my best efforts to conserve water, collecting rainwater, watering only at dawn, and prioritizing the most vulnerable plants, the drought's grip only tightened. Each day, the garden withered a little more, and I felt helpless watching the plants I'd nurtured struggle to survive. In my search for answers, I turned to my grandmother's old gardening journals, their pages yellowed with age but rich with wisdom. There, I discovered detailed notes about a technique called sheet mulching, a method she had relied on during difficult seasons long before me. Sheet mulching, she wrote, could lock precious moisture into the soil, protect roots from the harsh sun, and slowly nourish the earth as the mulch broke down. It was a simple, natural solution that worked with the rhythms of nature, not against them. Her words spoke of resilience and ingenuity, of finding hope in the face of adversity. Reading her notes, I felt a connection to generations past, gardeners who had faced their own challenges and found ways to adapt, survive, and even thrive. Inspired, I began to lay down layers of mulch, watching as the garden slowly responded. The soil stayed cooler and moister, and the plants began to recover, their leaves regaining some of their lost vigor. It was a way to work with nature, creating a garden that could withstand even the harshest conditions. This discovery felt like a gift, ancestral wisdom passed down just in time, reminding me that even in the driest seasons, hope can take root and grow. Mulch is a protective blanket for your garden, made from organic materials like bark, straw, or compost. It conserves moisture, regulates soil temperature, and suppresses weeds. Mulch reduces evaporation, meaning less frequent watering. It stabilizes soil temperature, allowing roots to grow strong and deep. As organic mulch breaks down, it enriches the soil with nutrients. By adding mulch, you foster a vibrant, living ecosystem beneath your feet. Inspired by my grandmother's journal, I embarked on a journey to rediscover an age-old gardening technique that she swore by. I researched sheet mulching, a method of building soil from the top down. This technique, often overlooked in modern gardening, has roots in traditional practices that emphasize sustainability and soil health. It involves layering green and brown materials to create a fertile, moisture-retentive medium. Green materials, rich in nitrogen, and brown materials, high in carbon, work together to nourish the soil. I gathered materials like cardboard, newspapers, leaves, and kitchen scraps. These everyday items, often discarded as waste, can be repurposed to enrich the garden. The cardboard acts as a weed barrier and a sponge, holding water and releasing it slowly. This not only suppresses unwanted growth, but also ensures that the soil remains moist for longer periods. I started with my most vulnerable bed, creating a fortress of life around my plants. By layering these materials, I provided a protective shield that nurtured the plants from the ground up. This proactive step gave my garden a fighting chance to thrive. The results were almost immediate. The plants looked healthier, and the soil retained moisture even during dry spells. It was a way to take control back from the drought. By using sheet mulching, I not only improved the health of my garden, but also felt a deeper connection to the earth and my grandmother's wisdom. Creating a sheet mulch bed is simple and uses mostly free materials. This method is not only cost-effective but also environmentally friendly, as it recycles organic waste and reduces the need for chemical weed killers. Start by trimming tall weeds to ground level. This makes it easier to lay down your weed barrier. Next, soak the dry ground thoroughly. This initial watering helps the cardboard and newspaper adhere to the soil, creating an effective barrier against weeds. Lay down sheets of cardboard and layers of newspaper, ensuring they overlap to prevent any gaps. Wet the paper layer thoroughly to form a water reservoir. This step is crucial as it helps retain moisture and kickstarts the decomposition process. Now, alternate layers of green materials like garden clippings and kitchen scraps with brown materials such as dried leaves and straw. Building a bed at least a foot deep ensures that the mulch will effectively retain moisture and suppress weeds. Top the mulch bed with a layer of compost or garden soil. This not only adds nutrients but also provides a suitable medium for planting. The compost enriches the soil, promoting healthy plant growth. Finally, add a decorative mulch layer to lock in moisture and finish the look. This top layer also helps to regulate soil temperature, keeping roots cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Water the entire bed thoroughly to help the layers settle and integrate. This final watering ensures that all layers are adequately moist, which is essential for the decomposition process and for the mulch to function effectively. By following these steps, you can transform dry, lifeless garden beds into moisture-retaining havens. This method not only conserves water but also improves soil health, making your garden more resilient to drought conditions. Gathering materials was tiring, but the effort soon paid off. Within days, the mulch kept the soil cool and damp, even in the heat. My plants perked up, needing only light weekly watering. The sheet mulch method worked its magic, with plants thriving despite the drought. Healthy roots spread through the decomposing layers, a testament to the life-giving environment. This experience taught me to work with nature, not against it. The victory was in outsmarting the drought with a simple, sustainable technique. My garden flourished, a vibrant testament to ingenuity. The choice of mulch impacts plant health. Not all mulches are equal. For vegetables and annuals, use quick decomposing mulches like compost or straw. For perennials, use durable mulches like wood chips or bark. Consider plant needs. Acid-loving plants benefit from pine-based mulches. Avoid acidic mulches for plants preferring alkaline soil. Ensure mulch sources are free from herbicides and pests. Homemade mulch from yard waste completes a sustainable cycle. As weather becomes unpredictable, sustainable gardening is crucial. Sheet mulching builds soil health, conserves water, and reduces waste. View your garden as an ecosystem, replicating nature's processes. Start small, gather materials, and involve your community. The effort pays off with healthier plants and less watering. Experience the satisfaction of creating life from simple materials. Embrace this technique to plant seeds of resilience and abundance. Your garden and the planet will thank you.